My sternum's intact, I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to go. So, Gibraltar is going to be the first map, and to be honest with you, I know that we've been going through the process of the vetoes with these newly formed teams, and for Team EnVyUs, I feel like getting a guy like Chino, who very individually plays pretty good when it comes down to this map, this could be a Team EnVyUs pick, but we'll try to get that confirmed later into the show here, but you can see the progression that Team EnVyUs has already made over here towards the pit center.
Yes, it is here. You know, you got EnVyUs. They made, you know, 2 roster changes, Dirk. Where they replaced 2 different players. You know, how do you feel about this this new Team EnVyUs roster? We kind of saw, I believe on Hot Mic, FaZe actually said that, you know, they actually said that FaZe, you know, actually said that, you know, Envy was the guys that really kind of won Roster Mania.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too. If your Team EnVyUs, it kind of puts you in an awkward situation, just because as soon as playoffs ended and Team EnVyUs got eliminated, that's when Slasher said, you know what, I'm a free agent. So he's the main guy that the whole roster was focused around. So many teams probably hitting him up, but he decided to go with Rise. So in that situation, you're also looking at, then Temp ends up leaving, and then he goes over towards Echo Fox. So they bring in Decimate from Reckless, they bring in Chino from TK, who was dropped by them as well. So honestly, you look at this roster, yes, it's a completely different from what it used to be before, but you still have that core 2 and Hook and Classic, and these are kind of guys that I feel like they haven't hit their complete peak yet so far in Call of Duty World War II, but you're bringing a guy like Decimate, I feel like this is more of one of these slept-on type picks for this side. Question is, I think going through the roles, Chino obviously is going to step into more of that main AR, but is it going to be Classic? Is it going to be Decimate who goes with the flex? Typically, we know that Classic can get it done with either or weapon, but you can see right now, Team EnVyUs, this was their map pick, and they're looking pretty good to kick things off over here.
Oh, they really are. They're just flowing so far, and they're going to be having Courtyard locked down. You're going to see UNILAD spawn out behind Castle Road, but that's exactly where they want to be, because that's where that next hill rotation is going to be. And they got a guy watching Cave. They got 3 guys watching Bridge as well. But most importantly, you want to make sure you got a guy watching that brick wall as well.
Yeah, most definitely. From the side of UNILAD, this one that might hinder them a little bit. Again, this is a team who also made a roster change of just swapping out 1 person. They brought in Alex after they did end up dropping Moose, and Alex is one of these young guns from Europe. So they try to bring in that young, I was gonna say flesh, that just sounds really weird, but that young guy to come on through, who's gonna be the sort of like we've just seen the story of like the top submachine gun players have typically been like these younger guys who are playing this aggro playstyle, like your TJs, like your Pharaohs and Kenny. So that's what you expect Alex to kind of bring to the table for this team. One of the questions is it the consistency of Wuskins when it has the AR, and then Shawnee, he's going to be more of the flex role as well. So the score, pretty close to say the least, separated just by 22 points, and I think that's good if you're UNILAD going through here through third hills. Yeah.
Now, you see, UNILAD, they had a good hold on this one. You know, they made sure they spawned out early. They locked down a good setup, and it's paid off for them. They're going to cut the deficit of that lead that EnVyUs built up. But now, this fourth rotation is going to get over towards turret. And once again, UNILAD gets in. Alex, Shani, they get the kills that they need. Alex finds another one as well. Shani gets the other one. Double for those guys. And they're going to get control for their team. But number 3, Classic, spawned all the way back Castle. And he's slowly walking mid-map, trying to figure out where his next target is.
Yep, so Classic is going to clean up that kill. I needed to have an opportunity to go for the pinch, so the play call was just go ahead and 2-hit mid, just to try to isolate that player and get him out of the way. So now the fight's going to begin through steps over here towards comms, but during this whole entire sequence, UNILAD has taken the lead, and they're soaking up a lot of the time. Finally open up a lane for the submachine gun players from the side of Team EnVyUs to push on inside. Classic jumps down from the stairs, picks up a nice 2-piece, gets the hill time, and he's making some pretty good progress towards the streaks.
Yes, he is. And now Chino, he melts down Alex. He's just holding off. You got EnVyUs picking up a good amount of time, toward a little bit towards the end of the scrap time. But now UNILAD's pushing mid-map to get control, get him ready for pit center, trying to control these stairs as well. Alex in a power position. He wins that close range gunfight, looking to push through and just cause commotion for the EnVyUs roster. Scraps finds this guy, Classic, just slacking. And now Shani gets another kill as well. Looking good for UNILAD so far with their setup mid-map.
Yep, more importantly, Shawnee does have a glide bomb to work with as well, but they have doing an excellent job so far at the beginning of pit center of getting this hold down. You see 1 smoke grenade goes out. That's just to isolate the steps. A little bit of strategy coming in here for the side of Team EnVyUs that allows Decimate to push on through. He has his 2 ARs up there towards top bricks. Main fight going down on Chino. They do get the trade, but Alex is going to fall immediately. So now Team EnVyUs, they have taken control, but everybody wants to stay outside of the hill. Finally, somebody hops on inside. That is going to be Hoop. Glide bomb going to be called into play just to try to reassure, get that map presence back that UNILAD had. It pays off for them. They get the rest of the time over here towards pit center, but you do see the rotations first side of Boys in Blue are coming in. They're getting set up here for the courtyard. They did spot Wuskins. Big fight right there. Wuskins going to fall. That's going to spawn him all the way over towards Castle Road.
Yes, it is. And now Chino, he gets his first engagement. He's just going to back up. EnVyUs, they have the spawn once again on Castle Road. They got a good chunk of time on the first half when they were guarding this. But now you see the pressure coming in. The Twins, they pick up a double. Now they're looking to get through. But EnVyUs, with the spawns in the back, they're right back into the fight, 4v4. And they're going to pick up 2. Alex tries to trade off. EnVyUs with that man advantage on courtyard. UNILAD still getting aggressive. Still a good chunk of time left on this hill.
Definitely is. And now it's going to be Shawnee to try to break in here through comms, but it's going to be shut down there immediately. But now you have Scraps trying to be a little bit sneaky over here. Did Decimate spot him? No, he did not. Scraps is going to be able to make him pay, so he finds that kill. But with just 30 seconds left to play, you can already see they're still making that last second push to at least just try to get the Team EnVyUs players off of the hill. But they say, you know what? We'll go for this push. We have teammates already set up. If we die, we're technically getting that better spawn. So now we're going to go to Castle Road, where we did see them kind of dominate that one a little bit.
They got, yeah, I want to say, I don't think EnVyUs got any points on that last hill. EnVyUs dominated courtyard. UNILAD dominated Castle Road in that first set of rotations, and then they kind of split turret. So we'll see if this is where UNILAD just kind of gets back in the game and pulls away with his lead. Once again, Hoop wins that gunfight, top brick. Here comes Scrap, watching the bridge, waiting for him. He gets some help from Shiny as well, so he's going to be patient. And here comes Decimate. He falls as well. You know, he sees that his teammates has his back. They have his help. And at this point, UNILAD, they said, we had such a great run, such a great setup last time, and they're doing it again.
Yep, Chino as well. He's currently sitting on a 6th kill streak. I know he's been over here by Bricks for quite some time. He's waiting for that teammate support. More importantly, he's probably getting really, really close towards those streaks. One more kill, if he's on a 6th kill streak, is going to earn him that glide bomb. And now Team EnVyUs, they break through the front, they get that. So he has the glide bomb, he has the artillery, and he's so close to getting that fighter pilot as well. So he'll be fully streaked out. And with the score being what it is, Team EnVyUs, they're going to be in a prime position to try to put that one away. Having those streaks on a map like Gibraltar, where every hill is completely out of the open, it's good enough to secure yourself the win. But obviously, when you use the streaks, you have to try to get teammates in that proper position to not only block off spawns, but slay out during that process. And Chino uses the glide bomb. That's going to earn him the fighter pilot with that kill.
Now you got UNILAD trying to push through mid-map, but they get pinched a little bit, but trying to set up in position. They trade off. Hook picks up a double kill inside the hill, but here comes the rest of the UNILAD members trying to wait for him to peek. Some of those players coming off respawn, he's going to be able to chuck those nades in. But you're going to see the barrage coming in from Chino. Great placement. Going to cut off that route from Archway for those guys to get to the hill. That's forcing UNILAD to rotate through mid-map all the way around. They notice the next hill is going to go pit center, but you still had a good 30 points on it. So it's like they still got to contest for it, but they just had to almost just wait for that barrage to be done.
Just something about this map in Chino. Like, he's always this guy. Like, when I think of Gibraltar, I think of Chino just because of his performances.
I agree with that.
And he's so consistent when it comes down to this map. He knows every single little angle that you can get on, the headies that are going to put you in just a more advantageous position. Chino's having himself a hell of a game, 22-12, and you saw that he was the player to get fully streaked out. Now, in that entire sequence over towards turret, Team EnVyUs did up breaking that 200 points. Fighter pilot going to be called into action now just to try to spread the players from the side of UNILAD out. That's when you get your SMG players up top to try to open up the lanes for those assault rifle guys. They see it, they isolate one over here towards turret. Team EnVyUs have control of pit center once more. They have everybody in the correct position that they need them to be. Team EnVyUs, they're looking to close it out right here.
Decimate, pushing top brick. You got EnVyUs controlling pit center. The next closest member is going to be Alex to the hill, but they're going to take it wide through bridge side. They don't want to contest this fight on brick just yet, but they're trying to. Decimate gets one, but a double kill comes out. Triple kill comes out in favor of UNILAD. So 19 points left on that hill. They're going to be able to get into it, but every single rotation, we're about to hop over to our third rotation on courtyard. EnVyUs has dominated all of them, and they're just 10 points away. It's looking like they're going to strike first in this series.
Yeah, most definitely only 12 points. That is all they're going to need. Wuskin's now pushing up here towards the left side, but you see the two-man stack heavy for the side of Team EnVyUs over here towards the fort courtyard. Hill has popped, and now there's going to be Team EnVyUs in prime position, but you do have Shawnee going down that middle lane with Alex right next to his side. Alex falls, kills go back. Team EnVyUs still in control. Team EnVyUs should take map 1 here, but they're still not going down by the fight on the side of UNILAD. The flood continues to come in, but with that kill by Chino, every situation, it looks like it's going to come to an end, but nades just keep on coming over top of the mountain.
It really does, just over the top. But here you go, just 2 points left. There you go. Team EnVyUs locks in map number 1 against their series with UNILAD, and they look good in that one. You know, they look good in it. We'll see what they can do throughout the rest of the season. They got one of the easier pools, in my personal opinion, this weekend in Pool B, but they just got to come out and they just got to perform.
Yeah, it's I don't know why, like, Decimate just blows my mind. Like, he plays, like, on his monitor like nobody else. He angles it, sits straight, and plays kind of, like, turning sideways like that.
Really?
It's always, like, just wait till we go to the player cams again. You'll see his monitor's turned. He sits just straight like this, and then like, will turn his head and play. Like, I walked by him before.
Maybe that's because he wants his teammate next to him to kind of see the screen if he needs to.
Weird. Like, I sit there, and I'm kind of in my head, I'm like, wow. Like, I've never seen anybody play like this before, but just notice it on the player cam. But, yeah, overall, I think that was one of the big things that when you made this change, and then you saw that TK, they went with going with methods, and then Chino got dropped. And if you're Team EnVyUs, okay, you know we're going to get one of the AR players who's proved himself since the beginning of the year. And I feel like bringing on just that one player, that brings an extra map into your veto process you can go with. That was their pick for Gibraltar there as well, but we do have the box score to kind of break things down for this first hard point. And you can see
I told you, Courtyard completely dominated all map long. And you know what? EnVyUs, they look good on it. We'll see if we make it to another hard point. But UNILAD, they got a lot of talent. They've been getting all better, you know, throughout stage 1. And you know, they're looking for this their new teammate Alex to do big things.
Yeah, I mean, he's Chino 2.0 KD. Like, you virtually never see that in the respawn. And to do it on Gibraltar, I mean, it's what you have to kind of expect. For the side of UNILAD, this was a team that when they played the first game of the day, they went up against Optic on London Docks Hard.
Yes.
They beat Optic in that one as well. So the big question for me was in the Search and Destroy, and once we get the maps and go through that, we'll kind of just sit there and see which way it's going to go. They played USS Texas last time, but just the whole game of Search and Destroy for the side of UNILAD, it was just uncertainty. And that's where like the team chemistry plays a huge factor in that one. So it's going to be USS Texas again.
Ooh,
this was a map where it was just the uncertainty just kept on showing every single time. They're a team that loves to go A. They love to put the smoke down onto A. Nobody likes to push onto A though. So you do all this work to try to build that one up. You bait out the lethals, but you don't take that initial site to control. So you need a little bit of a sense of urgency coming from UNILAD.
Now, with the update and everybody being able to carry those lethals and tacticals, do you think that's going to play a big factor, especially on that A-bomb side?
Yeah, we've actually seen a little bit more variation than I think a lot of people would think. I think right off the bat coming to this event, it was like, okay, everybody in this game is going to be running armor. Nobody's going to switch it up. But now, if you do run armor, you can't run a smoke grenade. So that takes out that strategy. So teams, okay, you know what, let's sacrifice. Let's try to keep at least 2 players with smoke grenades on the map for this one, just to try to make a little bit extra pushes. On a map like USS Texas, you basically need 1 smoke to get that crossover to A. Throw ahead 2 if you would like to, but it's really not necessary. So on a map like this, you're looking at maybe a player just 1 running mountain or 1 running infantry. That's something a lot of people have been doing too, so you can get that weapon stack over towards the SCG, get those extra attachments, and then you have the quicker switch towards your pistol. So actually it's going to help you in close range. But yeah, it's just the new divisions and how everything has been revamped. We're actually seeing a little bit more variation than I think a lot of what people thought.
And you know, and that's a good thing. You like to have that type of variation and different strategies in which you can use it, and not one just solely dominating the meta, you know? At least I personally do. But as you see the boys EnVyUs on your screen sitting at 1-0. If you're just joining us, welcome folks. It's CWL Seattle, and we're about to hop into map number 2. It's EnVyUs, it's UNILAD, and we're on USS Texas Search and Destroy. Dirk, you ready?
Oh. Am I ready, Blaze?
You always ready.
Are you ready? This is going to be another map. Obviously, with USS Texas, the sniper play is always going to be crucial. We saw Scraps kind of went toe-to-toe with Optic Gaming and Formal when they went in their sniper battles and lost it really bad. So, I mean, you're still going to look for...
He's going to have to duel it out with Hook on this one, right?
Yeah, they kind of switched up. I think I've seen Chino even bring it out at some point in time. So, but that's the thing with seeing a new team go into Search and Destroy. You have to kind of sit there, okay, who's going to run the sniper? Who's going to be a guy?
And that's the thing. But even on a map like USS Texas, you know, we've seen, you know, a lot of teams, especially even on defense, do double snipe.
Yeah.
You know, do double snipe because you just have those long sight lines on both bomb sites. And if you do have that talented snipers, 2 of them at that, why not, right? Yeah, and then that's one of the big things too. So there's different variations. Maybe you snipe like the first 4 rounds in the Search and Destroy, and then you kind of sit there, you know what, I'm going to pocket the sniper, but I'm going to make them think I started that sniper out. Then that's when they pull up an STG, completely change the momentum. So kind of throw a little bit of a curveball at the other team. But Pool B, that's the match that we are showing you right now. This is Team EnVyUs and UNILAD. So Team EnVyUs trying to go 2-0 in here, but UNILAD, more importantly, they're trying to go 1-1. Yes, they are. And, you know, this was, you know, supposed to be at least a closer one, but it all depended on Team EnVyUs and their team change, right? And how that was going to affect them, how they were going to come into this tournament. And they won 3-0 against Epsilon. Currently, they've won 4 maps straight so far that they've played. They haven't lost today in CWL Seattle, so we'll see if they can keep that streak alive and continue to move forward and go up 2-0 in their pools. We got EnVyUs versus I think the last match of the day on Alpha, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it most definitely is. And I feel like it's just, obviously you have that benefit if your team is stuck together through roster mania. You kind of expect that one, unless your name is LG and then you lose to Complexity. But
which was a fun game.
going into this one with Team EnVyUs, I think, like I said, there's different maps that you can kind of bring. Okay, this guy's going to dominate this match. So now here in the Search and Destroy USS Texas, UNILAD's pick once more. So we'll see what they opt to go with. Scraps, as we said, he's going to have the M19 in hand, trying to find that first pick. You do have Chino in the back side of the map for the side of TK, assuming he is sniping. You see Scraps getting that intel. There's going to be a player over there towards that cafeteria as well.
All right, Shiny. He's going to be up top in control room. We're going to switch on over to Scraps. Looking for a victim. He jumped a little bit. Didn't see that sight line on Decimate. I don't think he knows he's there just yet. Now he knows exactly where he is. Nades coming over the top. Came up a little bit short. Scraps is going to rotate. And if you're sniping on USS Texas, you know, one thing is, especially when you lock eyes with somebody, you want to stay moving. You know, you don't want to stay moving. Don't want to stay in one spot for too long. That's just something that all talented snipers do.
So we'll see what they opt to do here. Like I said, similar situation how UNILAD loves to run their offense. They go towards A, they just take the time down. The big thing with UNILAD is that they try to play for that initial pick. They don't get it. That's where it gets a little bit crazy. And Shawnee gets overly aggressive there, but gets 2 kills. So a positive coming from the side of UNILAD. Chino and Decimate, the new guys to Team EnVyUs, will be left up here in this 2 versus 4. Bomb is going to be down over towards B. See what Decimate's going to do. Scraps slowly peeking. Scraps going to find the kill there as well. The player falls on the backside. UNILAD with a solid round.
Great job by Scraps connecting with that shot, but most importantly, great job by Shiny with that double kill. You know, he came out, he won that engagement. It was a slim chance of him actually winning that one too, but he managed to whip that shot and pick up that double kill. But we'll see what happens going into round number 2. UNILAD strikes first in this one. We'll see what EnVyUs wants to do on offense.
So see, Chino does have that sniper out, and he is going to be running infantry alongside that one, I do believe. So we'll see how this one does go.
Ooh.
Just slowly peeking, just waiting to see if anyone crosses.
Exactly, just waiting for that cross, seeing if he can catch somebody going. He's getting that intel. The rest of his team is trying to kind of look down bottom mid-map, trying to get some intel, also looking towards the B side as well. But the patience of UNILAD, you can see it through the X-ray counter. They're just waiting. They're saying, hey, you know, hey, we're defense, right? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be patient. They're watching their angles. And now this is going to be a smoke. Yep, smoke's going to be on top of the hill. But the question is, do they commit to A or do they rotate back towards B?
And that's where you have that decision where you can kind of sit there, okay, we have the smoke down. Do we want to use that as a decoy or are we actually going to hit the site? So that's where it comes a little bit of a mind game. Looks like they're going straight over here towards A, but now UNILAD will have that call that the player did go into the bomb. He did cross back. So UNILAD right now just getting so much intel. With only 35 seconds on the clock, Team EnVyUs needs to try to make a move. Alex just being a nuisance down here towards the lower steps. If I'm Classic, I go ahead and try to stick this bomb if I can. I know I have teammates to help, but you can see on the other side of the map, you have Scraps, you have Alex, they're finding the kills. Hoot getting very aggressive, gets shots into both players, is going to fall. Chino now left up. 1 versus 4, M19 in hand.
Oh, can't win that gunfight. But so, okay, we take a look at it. We saw the patience by UNILAD on that one. But once they threw the smoke, they tried to bait the nades out, but they just kept going back and forth. You know, kind of almost seemed like indecisive if they wanted to plant A, or it was just, you know, just dodging nades. My fault. That was Classic. It was, you know, EnVyUs, yeah, it was just Classic on top of the bomb site, just dodging nades, but looked a little indecisive. But that was their play at that point. It was about 20 seconds left on the clock. He had to go for it.
So we'll see UNILAD 2 big rounds to kick us off in the search and destroy. We'll see what they do on offense now. B hit looks like it's going to be coming in form here, but you see now it might be trying to play towards middle. Scraps trying to gather as much intel as possible, but the bomb is now making its way over towards this B side. It's going to be Alex with that in hand. Waskin still watching, so that's going to be the first smoke going out. I'm not sure if that was from the side of Team EnVyUs or UNILAD, assuming it's from UNILAD since it was over towards the A side, but now they're just baiting out the tacticals and lethals, so they're playing this one even more slow, but now you start to see Shawnee and Alex side by side. They're going to get that bomb down.
Yeah, he had his teammate watching his back, but EnVyUs knows exactly where these guys are. Now getting aggressive, get some shots in the back of Classic, but Scraps, he's connected with one. Ooh, couldn't connect with the second, and that bullet just went right past his face. Bomb down. Decimate finds a kill. EnVyUs with the man advantage. Scraps trying to do something about it, and yes, he does. Him and Waskin, they find kills, and they know exactly where Chino is, and Scraps wants to challenge this fight. Ooh, Chino can't get the wall bang. 18 seconds left on the clock. He's going to find him an STG. but he needs to kill Scraps. And he actually will. 10 seconds. If he can get this. Oh, he's going to go for it. Yeah, they know that. He's just going to check this bomb. He knows what he's doing. Chino's going to go for the gunfight. Can't win it.
Yeah, I mean, even in that situation, he sticks to the fuse. He's not going to get it just because Wuskin would have got the kill. So probably trying to make a little bit of more way towards streaks, but going out there trying to take that gunfight. But Wuskins ultimately comes out on top there. 3-0 now in favor of the boys on UNILAD. Team EnVyUs struggling here in the search and destroy. We'll see if they're going to be able to turn it around. It's been a little bit of a trend when we come to these events. A team will go up 3-0, then all of a sudden the other team is able to counteract everything that they're bringing to the table.
Yep.
And that's where things start to get interesting.
It really is. But UNILAD, they came off in this one, firing off on all cylinders in this SMD. Looking good. What is it that Team EnVyUs seems to, you know, just not be doing right?
It's just right now, it's from watching UNILAD play this earlier and then to now, it just seems like that sense of urgency is there. And that's what you need. You need them to be a little bit aggressive on a map like USS Texas. It's one where slow pushes aren't going to do a whole lot for you. You need to just kind of take your time, but you don't want to sit there and waste down the clock until you get to 30 seconds to try to make your move. So right now, you're seeing that sense of urgency from UNILAD. Big thing is, too, that you're finally having Scraps. He's starting to hit some shots. You're also having Shawnee, who's doing work down low. So that's really like the recipes for success. As I'm rambling on, the bomb is going to be down with only 30 seconds left for the side of UNILAD to try to get this defused. And Scraps again goes bigger there with a kill on the backside.
You know, I'm down to watch him. You know, I'm down to watch him the whole time. You know, but Scraps is picking up those kills now. He's going to be flanking down bottom mid, 2v2. He's going to get the flank. He gets one. He's looking for the next. Finds out where he is. Ooh, he's going to pull out the snipe. Going to peek the corner with it. He knows at this point it's just a round over. He can try to get the kill if he wants to. Yes, he will win a gunfight, but the bomb in the round is going to be over, and Team EnVyUs picks up this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too, is that when you have 3 rounds under your belt, you have a little bit of leeway to work with. Obviously, you don't want to sit there and be like, okay, let's let them get 2 rounds and then tie it up. I mean, you get the 1 round, and you're still making progress towards streaks, and now that's that risk that you have to run. I mean, at that round, though, you've had nothing to lose. You kind of just have to play your life. So you do get a kind of a win, but now you still need 300 more points, so 3 kills will do that one. Scraps isn't going to be the player with the bomb, though, so we're going to rely on him just getting the picks, but 8-1 performance here in the search and destroy.
That's a beautiful start. We've seen this battle time and time so far in this map, Scraps versus Chino. And I don't think either time, like, you know, they've locked eyes with each other, but they haven't killed each other just yet, but Chino just gonna barely miss that one. Scraps had a lot of time to kind of react on that one, just couldn't connect with the shot. So still a stalemate in this one, 4v4. This bomb is gonna be stacked towards A side a bit. Scraps may decide to rotate over there and get towards his teammate, but he's still looking for this battle with Chino, and he knows that he's there. There's a little cheeky angle. Oh, he's gonna find him, and he took his time with it, and he finally gets first blood in this sniper battle versus Chino.
Yeah, so they do get the pick there, so now they have that option to be able to rotate over to B. We know we have the main sniper down, so basically all we're gonna have to worry about is an SCG just doing some damage. We see Scraps being the first player to cross inside, getting a nice angle. Scraps going off the M19.
Oh, stop!
Quick scope there on Hook as well. Glide bomb earned. What a way to earn that one for Scraps.
Oh, don't do it again. Oh, he ain't done. Oh, he might be done. You know what, Scraps is so dirty. Dirt just falls out his chair.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. That was good. It was worth it. I was ready for it. I was ready for it.
You know, I'm sitting on a little box.
Yeah.
I fell backwards a little bit and just completely ate it.
We need to get you an actual chair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we need.
I'm gonna stand. I have good balance. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, that was nasty from Scraps, and what a way to earn your streak. So it did pay off with him staying alive and picking up that kill in that round as well.
I just realized that that's actually, like, these cameras are like all recording, and we have that recorded.
I don't think they can see me down here though.
Yeah, I think they can. We'll see. Oh man, you may be on Twitter later on tonight, Dirk. All right. Oh, man. So, all right, here we go. In this one, Scraps, we're going to see the kills already being traded off. Man advantage in favor of UNILAD. They're looking to end this one. So, Scraps is being patient. We hear some gun engagements going down. Hook, he finds Alex as he tries to scurry away. He evens the odds in favor of his team, 2v2. Bomb's going to be in the hand of EnVyUs. And they are looking to rotate. Actually, bomb's down on B bomb site. So, yeah, they're just going to go rotate clear towards A. But the question is, do UNILAD know this one?
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things, too. I remember last year in IW when these guys were on Fnatic, Scraps and Wuskin, they basically said, if we're alive in a 2 versus anything, we're going to win. That's the way these guys are twins. They have that that connection, you know, at Twin Side. I don't know the specific name for it. So we'll see if they're going to be able to clutch up here against Hook and Decimate. Smoke is going to go down directly on top of Wuskin just to create a little bit of a decoy going down, but only 15 seconds left for Team EnVyUs to try to make that move. Glide Bomb is going to be called in there by Scraps. Hook is going to be his main target. Should be able to pick up the kill. He does, and now it's a 1 versus 1. Scraps and Decimate. All Scraps needs to do in this situation is just play his life. Is going to be able to pick up the bomb. Scraps peeks the kill, and what a hell of a game we are seeing from Scraps here.
It really was. That was a beautiful one. You know, he's been going off, man. It's just as simple as that. He has just been going off. And the question is, can EnVyUs stop him in this S&D? But EnVyUs, their respawn is looking very, very solid in this one.
Most definitely is so. We'll see if they're able to answer back here. It is going to be map point for the side of UNILAD. And that man on your screen right in front, that is Scraps. An absolute master when it comes to it. That sniper in his hand, currently sitting at 13-1. I think he has 2 first bloods to go with his name as well, so they do have the artillery that they can work with. But again, bomb is going to be slowly making its way over towards A. Scraps trying to get as much intel as possible. You can see on that mini-map, you have 2 players from the side of Team EnVyUs stacked down in towards the bottom. You also have 1 below A and 1 on top.
All right, now, Scraps, we know that he's 13-1, how he's been just going off. He's looking for his next victim, looking for kill number 14. Shiny gets, he gets that retaliation against Hook. Chino finds one as well. Shiny's getting aggressive. He knows this guy is under A. Oh, the little slight juke. Oh, he's still able to get him even after climbing on that one. So now, Shiny, Scraps, 2v2. Classic gets that kill on Shiny. Now it's all up to Scraps by himself. Will he get a second death or will he clutch up? He just picked up the bomb, but he's taking a lot of damage from those nades. Waiting to see if anybody's going to push him. I'm not sure if EnVyUs actually is going to push him. They're looking to see if they can see his ankle, and they're going to find it. They know exactly where he's laying. Push in and clean up this kill with ease.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a smart play, too. I mean, you look, he had the artillery barrage. It's not worth risking. Like you said, you're up 5-1. You have rounds to work with. I mean, it would have been a very dumb play, to say the least, if he called in artillery just to get away with his life. I mean, there's no point in doing that and try to clutch a 1 versus 2. I mean, the odds are stacked against you. So just laying down there, you realize if I try to run away, I'm dead either way. So, I mean, just might as well just cut your losses, go on forward the next round. But Team EnVyUs, they do get that one under their belt, but it still is going to be UNILAD with a 5-2 lead here in this one. So we'll see Classic with the bomb in hand, what the side of Team EnVyUs is going to be able to do. All
right, kicking this one off with Classic. EnVyUs favoring the A-bomb site. Gonna get the smokes on top. Gonna get double tacticals and lethals out as well. Nobody got any hit markers, so they're assuming that UNILAD is just playing back or maybe possibly playing at A site. But here comes the barrage, but this is after the bomb got planted, so perfect timing for them.
Yeah, and anything that's just working against UNILAD, yes, you can put that down, but you're the team that needs to go ahead and go for that defuse. And now you just wasted about 10 seconds. Now you have 30 seconds to work with here. But Wuskin has taken that A bomb site, so he has the nice heady to work with. You also have the sniper of Scraps right alongside him. 2 players stacked it towards comms. Wuskin is going to go ahead and stretch this one. Is he going to be able to get it, though? Somebody's to check. Alex is there just to be the decoy. That's going to hold off just long enough. UNILAD 6-2 here in S&D.
Yeah, you gotta love it. UNILAD coming up big in that one, and making the plays needed to, you know, keep extending this series. Now we know we'll at least see 4 maps in this one. UNILAD looking good so far, but you know, so from seeing this matchup, how do you feel like Alex is affecting this team? I
mean, Alex, I think the big thing is like there's so much pressure on him coming into here with this team. The fact that he's been able to play at the level he can, like the likes against Optic Gaming, in Team EnVyUs as well, he's doing great. And I think that's one of the big things that you kind of sit there at the end of the day, you pat yourself on the back, because individually you're playing well. As a team, you're not playing too bad. And I think that Search and Destroy, just from seeing the mistakes that they are able to capitalize on there in that game compared to when they play Optic Gaming on USS Texas, is they just had a sense of urgency. When I saw Shawnee push downstairs, I'm like, okay, I like this. You're getting aggressive, you're taking the risk, that's what you need to do. And then towards the later rounds, they started to play a little bit more slow, and that's when they allowed EnVyUs to not really get back to the game, but at least get a couple rounds under the belt.
All right, folks, so far we got 2 maps already off the board. It's tied up 1-1, Team EnVyUs versus UNILAD, but don't go anywhere. We're going to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have that CTF for you.
He said busted in my ear when
Gentlemen, welcome back. CWL Seattle is well underway, and in this matchup, we have EnVyUs versus UNILAD. It's tied up currently 1-1. We're going into the CTF. I believe it's London Docks CTF next as well.
Yeah, but this is another map where UNILAD kind of wants to forget when they played Optic Gaming. And it's just because of the spawn trap that you can get yourself into. I mean, if you're not able to capitalize, hold on that fire control, if you are spawning over towards the useless side, that's where things can get a little bit sticky for you. So, I mean, you always want to try to get off to that hot start if you are spawning over towards barrels. That's where those initial fights come in big. If you're able to get those, make that forward progress into fire. So I feel like it's always when you're attacking, you always want somebody in fire, because that's going to guarantee you're picking them off the spawn. You also need somebody to watch the overextend. So it will be UNILAD starting on the least preferred side here on this one. So we'll see what Team EnVyUs is going to be able to do. And as I see that, Shawnee and Scraps are going to get the first kills of the game. And
even just to add to your point, and we got kind of touched bases a little bit on it with Ton as well, with the streaks being increased, you don't see this map snowball out of effect like you used to before that last update as well. Weston's going to get in, and he's going to pull this flag. Almost made it around that corner. He would have had some good blocking as well, but that flag's out and open. It should be able to get returned, especially after that double kill by Decimate. Now, you're going to see gunfights going down dockside. Decimate is going to fall, but Chino's coming out late, but he finds the double kill for his team. Team EnVyUs getting aggressive. They have control over Statue and fire right now. Team EnVyUs looking good. They're looking to pull this flag. Let's actually hop in with Team EnVyUs for an Astro listen-in.
Fire to help you.
Crane again? Crane and gray steps. Crane and gray steps. Two crane. There's two crane.
One crane.
One in the back side.
Nice.
Let's get the fire. Let's get the fire.
Trying to kill him.
He's in the box. He's on the box.
Zombie from fire.
Scraps and Alex.
One's right back.
Scraps and Alex.
Yeah, they're all wrapping back. They're racking back.
Scraps and Alex.
One window fire.
Fire and crane. Alex, one shot fire.
Ladder was absolutely good. I killed one. Alright, no, fire steps.
Alex.
Help me water real fast. One went
Fire
fire
crane as
steps.
well.
Deep water.
One from beer.
Hold that beer. Watch out for the OEs.
Guys, there's that 10. There's that 10.
No one's in beer.
Top water steps and there's that 10.
From
Beat on and there's that 10.
He's weak. He's gonna push
Beat on, one shot in the corner.
Push in, dead. Shit on.
Beat on, one shot, right side
Need
corner.
help front, absolute.
Top water and beat on.
I need help.
Need help
Need help, absolute.
He's in front, dead.
Top water, last guy.
Yeah, water steps. Oh, water steps got me. Low water stairs. Weskin.
I'm pushing him.
Still there. Weskin with AR.
Same, he could be
Absolute.
Alright, Alex is one shot going ladder. He went ladder.
Nice.
Two up.
One could be fire chain, he could be.
Yeah, just play your life.
Great steps now.
Great steps on chain.
Great steps and ladder. Damn, I need to reload. He's going down firebox right now.
From fire.
One guy's from fire, water steps
I
right.
believe. I think this is light.
Water got me. Water steps.
They got the fire, another guy on fire too.
Weak beat on.
Yo, I'm coming to help you from beer.
Fire. He's weak beat on. He can push me
going around green steps. I'm gonna try to pick up your
Blue truck and gate. There's two OE. One went top gate to beer, one went crane. Or Cole.
One guy's red train and water step.
All right, as you can see, EnVyUs looking to get in and make those plays. They get one flag cap on that board. Couldn't get anything else. But now is UNILAD, who are the aggressors and controlling barrel. Dirk, what you take away from that listening?
I mean, just overall, it's calm, cool, and collected in the Team EnVyUs camp. I mean, that's what you kind of expect from players of this caliber. I don't expect things to really get very frantic. They're in the driving seat as well, so you don't really have anything to stress about. I mean, I love hearing Chino's voice because he's probably like one of the most calm, like relaxed people when it comes down to it. So like, you're just sitting there listening to him. They're basic with it. They don't really go in depth. They don't have somebody just completely just repeating the same call over and over again, rapid fire.
But they're not flooding the comms either.
Exactly. Just say what you have to do. Call out maybe an extra time this player is going to be pushing over towards this side. The calls were so on point too. It's like, okay, he's pushing fire ladder. Immediately, they start pre-aiming there. The player just walks into the bullet. So everything from the side of Team EnVyUs, it's looking good. They also just got another flag on the board.
Small talk is everything as well. If it's one thing as a player that I just cannot stand, I cannot stand whining. Like, if somebody gets BS and I just hear whining on a mic, I literally, like, be quiet. Or I just start making call-outs louder so I can be over there whining. But that's back in the day. But here we go. On board with Scraps. Watching fire, looking to get this engagement. He takes down Decimate. Now, back it up. You see EnVyUs, they've spawned up. They're looking to push out against the dock control. Weskin going to be the first line of defense for UNILAD on that one, but he gets gunned down by Hook. Now they're just chilling out mid-map, I guess waiting for EnVyUs to push out. They don't want to kind of push into this pond and kind of slam out. They're just waiting for him to come to them.
And that's the thing that's pretty impressive too, and this is where you also have to give credit from the side of UNILAD. Team EnVyUs, they haven't really been getting the caps off of just relays. They've been getting them, they've been making them work for it. UNILAD has been able to just come to a constant decision to say, you know what, we're either going to overextend, we're going to do this. Some of the times it's been Shawnee overextending. Other than that, it's the 3 players wrapping back to the flag to start the defensive stand. So that's something you do have to give credit to, because typically once you start to see flags going all the time on a map like London Docks and CTF, is where you're going to see them constantly relayed as well. So you're making Team EnVyUs work for it, which is good. We're on the more preferred side, but we do have ourselves a little bit of a stalemate here. Team EnVyUs up 2-0, but we're going to get that extra time. It's going to be 1 minute on the clock.
Both these guys are like, you push, no, you push, no, you push. Who's going to push? He's going to push. Now, Alex looking at, yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to push first. But they, you know what, they're just going to hold out this time, and we're going to go into extra time now. Both teams have these flags, and Scraps is going to be the one that pushes first, and he wins the fight against Decimate, but Classic in quickly with the trade. And you got number 3, Chino. He's in that spot, and here comes a glide bomb as well. They take down Shiny. He's about to die for this return. Number 6, Alex, needs to get in position to stop it. Question is if he can. No, he cannot. Team EnVyUs puts another one on the board, 3-0.
I mean, it's always when you're on that more preferred side, you have that comfort zone. Okay, where do we go into the second half feeling good about when we're on this side? 3 flags, 2 flags, either way that you look at it. I mean, obviously the more the merrier, but once you have that 3 flags, now you go into the bad side. You can still focus on attacking. You want to try to rally up the score as much as possible, but you know it's going to be just a little bit harder. So you have to have that defensive mindset. Maybe always have somebody around that mid-map area, have somebody in fire to try to counteract whatever UNILAD is going to bring to the table.
All right, let's see if UNILAD can get some flags on the board. Once today already, we've seen a team be down 3-0 and make a 4-0 comeback with like under 3 minutes left in the second round, and that was Luminosity versus Complexity. So we'll see if any of these guys can do it for a second time today. Definitely clutch air, okay, roaming around here in Seattle so far, but Chino looking for this next engagement, and he's going to get that wall bang on Alex now. Chino looking for the next one. Can he do it again? Can't connect with the pistol shots, but he's going to push through, and he's going to fall on that one. Both teams just fighting for map control currently, and it looks like UNILAD is going to be able to push past that halfway point of the map, but you see number 4, that's Decimate. He's over there watching Main Street, being patient.
And the thing I love, too, off the break from the side of Team EnVyUs is that they had 3 ARs off the rip. So that kind of tells you, okay, we're going to play this one a little bit more slow. We're going to play this passive. We're going to make sure we work on our angles so we can at least lock down middle map, lock down the right side of the overextend, also lock down tin. It paid off for them because they know how big is. All of a sudden, if you get 3 dead and UNILAD gets into a position where they can start to spawn trap you, they're going to. So that's something that you don't see from a lot of teams often. You maybe just see the 1 or 2 ARs, or some teams don't even do that. But Team EnVyUs, they have that strategy. They have that mindset. You've seen it from a couple teams. From when I do the national circuit, there's other teams that do that strategy as well. So something that a lot of people don't do, but I can kind of picture it in my head as the weekend probably goes on and the rest of World War II, and might see a similar strategy coming from the side of these teams. But more importantly, down here towards the blue van, it is going to be Hoop, fully streaked out, STG in position, trying to do as much damage as possible to the players of UNILAD off the spawn.
But the push comes in. Classic gets a double. They eliminate 3 players, and Classic is going to have flag in hand. They were trying to figure out where the spawns were coming through, but he's going to just opt to run this through mid-map. And Decimate is going to be that first line of defense on Dockside. He's going to fall, but I don't think anybody should have a sight line on Classic to kill him in that one. A little friendly fire, but this flag goes in. 4-0 for Team EnVyUs. Look good on that one, Dirk. And now they're just holding off. UNILAD's on assault.
And it's the thing, too, like this Team EnVyUs team, just by overall the way that they're playing, they're taking their time, they're progressing up the map together as a team. It's really going to be a true test later on the night when they do play Optic Gaming. When you went against Epsilon, who had a rough stage 1, UNILAD was a team who kind of bounced back, but they're fresh off a roster change. It's not the same team that you ended up playing in that stage. So for Team EnVyUs, yes, they look very strong, but they have been going against 2 weaker opponents. Optic Gaming is going to be that true challenge of how good can this Team EnVyUs team be. Obviously, in every single matchup that we have, map vetoes are going to play a big part. It just will be interesting to see if maybe Team EnVyUs tries to force that Gibraltar every single time down the floor. If that's somebody from the side like Optic Gaming, they typically don't play as St. Marie, will they go ahead and ban that one as well? But 4-0 here with Hook with streaks. It's going to be hard to try to make the comeback, but on London Docks being the size of the map that it is and how quickly you can get that flag going up through middle, comebacks are possible. Do I see it happening? Not in a hell chance, especially when he's getting 3 pieces like that.
Exactly. Hook just firing off, looking good so far in this matchup. And now Decimate, with that fighter pilot, he was able to get this flag, and he's taking this one back to the house as well. That's 5-0 EnVyUs. Now Chino's keeping the pressure on UNILAD. UNILAD just cannot retaliate. He just can't get out of his spawn. You still see Fook with a barrage in hand as well. We'll see if he, when he's going to use that one in this map. But, that's just going to be nail in the coffin when he decides to.
Most definitely. So, we say we can basically just chalk this one up 5-0 for Team EnVyUs, but they still have more flags in mind. They also still have some streaks to work with. This looks like the pinch is starting to unfold over here towards Cole, but just what a game played by Team EnVyUs. Going from the more preferred side, going over to the least preferred side, just with how they played it. UNILAD really has no answer for this. And that's something that you really do like to see when it comes down to playing a game mode like CTF. You can definitely see which teams are more well practiced, which teams still need to work on, maybe not just the comms overall, but just maybe watching certain areas of the map.
And you're going to see Chino, just looking like a great anchorman, Matt. Well, not so much an anchor, but he's just holding down his power position. He picked up 2 kills, allowed for that, what was that, the 6th or the 7th? Yeah, that was the 6th flag cap to go through. And now, still at the same time, Team EnVyUs, they're going to keep the pressure, too. They're going to keep them in their spawn. I believe that the barrage still did not get used by Hoop. And they're just slaying them out. And they even may pull a 7th as well.
Yep, trying to just add more salt into this wound already. So Team EnVyUs, they do go up 2-1 now, so we are going to see that next hard point. And this is where things might get a little bit interesting. We know what UNILAD was able to do in Search and Destroy, so I mean, you're just trying to force that at this point for UNILAD. Obviously, to win, you have to get there anyway.
And they almost got they got cooked. They got cooked in that first Gibraltar, especially on a few of those hills as well. I want to say they won by 100, if I believe so correctly, or 100, 105 or something. But folks, Team EnVyUs, they take map number 3 to CTF on London Docks. And they're looking good in that one. We'll see if UNILAD can retaliate in map number 4 and send us to Game 5 and get to that Search and Destroy, in which they just dominated EnVyUs in on that USS Texas. Yeah, I mean, just from like the quick analysis, just from watching UNILAD play hardpoint, is like once you get these more run and gun style hardpoint maps, so your London Docks, your Valkyrie, stuff along those lines, that's where these guys are going to look pretty good, because you can be a little bit more scrappy. You don't have to rely on rotating early every single hill. Obviously, it's beneficial, but on maps like Gibraltar, where you're going to be spawning so far out if you don't rotate early, that's where this team struggles. So if you start to play more of these widespread maps like an Arden Forest, that's where it might get a little bit shaky for if you're on the side of UNILAD. But then again, if you're Team EnVyUs, that's exactly what you want. You want to play to the strengths of your AR plays. We have the maps right here. So it is going to be a London Docks hardpoint. So this is, like I said, this can go either way. You know, Team EnVyUs, they're going to be able to come out guns blazing. But from the side of UNILAD, it's definitely a must-win. Obviously, you have to force the Game 5 to end up going into the series, and that's going to be another London Docks following that as well. But honestly, I think these guys will be able to bounce back, and that's one of the things I don't think. We've seen a lot of London Docks tonight.
You
know, it used to be maybe we see a lot of Forest in, but after this update, is there any reason why we see so much London Docks?
I think it's a lot of it's just a lot of these teams now. Everybody's played London Docks since the beginning, right? We go back all the way to Dallas. It was just London Docks, Arden Forest, unless it was TK, then you didn't play one London Docks. But now with this, I think it's just sort of, okay, we have a new team. We all know London Docks. We all know these crutch maps like an Arden Forest. Let's go ahead and just play them. So I feel like it's still trying to feel that footing of when they kind of get comfortable and say, okay, yes, we're very good at London Docks, but so are these guys. Then they're going to get to a point in time where they say, you know what, let's go ahead and start vetoing this map. Let's start playing some other ones and kind of expand our arsenal. So I feel like it's more, you kind of look at this, it's like it's the first event of the year again. We have a new meta.
Exactly. And a lot of these teams haven't had much practice with each other since they kind of made those roster changes. So it's like, all right, let's go with what we're comfortable with, go with that bread and butter, and let's just hope for the best. But so far, EnVyUs leading this series, and it's 2-1. And folks, we're about to start to hop into map number 4. It's London Docks hardpoint. Can UNILAD force a Game 5, or will Team EnVyUs put the nail in this coffin and take this series away and go up 2-0 in pools and start to get ready with their match against Optic Gaming later on tonight? We heard FaZe Clan say on Hot Mic that Team EnVyUs, they won with Rostermania. This is definitely a better squad than what they had beforehand.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, you have guys who, I mean, Chino's a 2-time champion already in Call of Duty World War II, so I feel like him bringing that experience specifically in this game helps out so much. I mean, when you're playing at that high caliber level. So he's going to be able to bring a lot to this Team EnVyUs team, but you can see here off the break again, the ARs are going to be out, Classic and as well as Chino, but I bet it's Classic, as soon as he ends up falling here, he'll probably switch to the PPSH, so they can go ahead and go with that 1-3 type setup at Team EnVyUs. They do get the first initial points here on the board, but you can start to see UNILAD slaying out just a little bit. And on a map like London Docks, you're going to be looking directly at Scraps and Alex to try to be the submachine gun duo to take over this entire game. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys. And Alex on this map was going toe-to-toe with the likes of Scump, with the likes of Crim6 as well. So you need to just have them get those consistent performances when it comes down to the slaying department.
All right, Scrap's going to be on water stairs. Going to switch on over towards his brother, Wuskin. And he's locking down a statue. Only about 8 points left in this one. EnVyUs has the spawn already, but you also got Classic. He's in a power position, watching that gate. Knew that these guys were going to flood mid-map, and a little bait and switch action between him and Hook, locking that down. But the spawn's coming out back barrel in favor of UNILAD. They're going to start to push through Subway, but the gunfights once again still being won by EnVyUs. UNILAD cannot get themselves out of this position, and we're about to have our first, I believe, our first lead change of the game, even though it's a small one. It's still early on. But you just see that this beautiful setup by EnVyUs, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have Classic getting very aggressive down here towards the underground, but now this is kind of the risk that you run. You're forcing the side of UNILAD to spawn over here towards the lower docks, and they're funneling through for Decimate, giving him easy kills. Nobody's there for that direct trade, so now not only does Decimate get out with his life, he's able to fully regen. Now he's ready to try to take on this gunfight. He has that better positioning over here towards that firebox, and he's still able to stay alive. So now it's Decimate starting to heat up here on a 3-kill streak. Team EnVyUs getting so much well-earned time off of the second hill.
Classic was on a 6 streak. I don't know, based off that and hopping in the hill, did he earn any streaks? We can see quickly. No, he did not. Okay. But now, back on board with Hoop. Hill's already rotated. You got UNILAD. They're going to be set up as well. And they're going to control the dock side on where Team EnVyUs is spawning. Trying to win these gunfights, trying to meet them before they can get into some positions over here on dock side to really push in and contest. Scraps, Shiny, they pick up 3 together. There's the 4th as well. Triple for Scraps. Looking good. Team EnVyUs spawning out on the other side of the map now.
Yep, and this is definitely a hill that UNILAD, it does play more towards their strengths. You'll see them invest going into more of that early rotation over here towards the tin warehouse, and then they're going to go for that complete 4-man spread going from the top of the map. They're going to force the side of Team EnVyUs to go over here towards that bus and towards the second hill, force them to flood in towards gate. I mean, it's a typical setup and the picture-perfect setup that you want on London Docks. But you can see with Team EnVyUs spawning in towards back barrels, they had that direct line of sight to at least 2-man stack in towards side of the barrel building. But now you can start to see back and forth. It is UNILAD will get the last remaining time off of this, but it's going to be the boys in blue rotating early to try to get a nice hold over here towards barrel.
Yeah, they're just slaying. They're slaying out, but like I feel like what EnVyUs is doing now is not directly reflecting on the scoreboard because it just seems like, you know, we've seen a lot of these players. We saw Classic going like a 7 streak. Currently, Decimate's on a 6 streak. Hook was up there as well at one point. But they just, you know, have a small lead, but now they're slowly starting to pull away with this one. You see they're getting these spawns towards back barrels as well. With that, they know exactly where the members of UNILAD are spawning up. They're just going to meet them at the front door and just try to win these engagements. And so far, that's exactly what they've been doing.
There's definitely some of the wall banks coming in now from Chino. There's going to be one player prone. Just sitting out in towards the front, just trying to contest the hill as much as possible. 2 kills go to Alex. Scraps follows that one up. And that's going to be the last 15 going over towards the side of UNILAD. But look at the minimap. Wuskin is going to be already down here towards Crane. Needs to try to stay alive. He is going to pick up some kills, but Team EnVyUs, the spawns are now going to be split. 2 players push on in, and Decimate has been going big for Team EnVyUs the entire game. He's supposed to be the guy going forward, acting as almost like the bait, playing that hyper-aggressive submachine gun role. When you have your bait going in there and finding these kills, that makes everyone's life a lot easier because he's supposed to be the guy dying 24/7 and not picking up very many. Everybody else is supposed to be basically the assist man, the point guard of the team. But Decimate looking so strong here in London Docks. He's sitting at 17 and 12, but UNILAD, they're still able to keep themselves into this game despite the slaying.
Now, Classic looking for this next engagement. He knows that Scraps is somewhere close by. He's going to get some eyes on him, but Scraps wins that fight, and he's going to get some help from Shiny to clear out Chino as well. Spawns coming in back Main Street for Team EnVyUs, so quick contest by these guys, able to hop in. UNILAD not able to close the gap to get in and get some hill time. Just 15 points left on this one, but still, EnVyUs has the spawns in which they want. They're going to start to clear out Main Street, but you got to be wary of backfire. You know, you got to have to get these players off of the spot as well, especially if you want to get a good setup on that statue. Here comes the glide bomb.
Bomb should be able to find one. It is going to do that, but Hook is going to fall over there towards that barrel building as well. But right now, if you're not, yes, it's a close game, but you're fighting for so much scrap. You're not really being that team that's taking complete control and then just trying to go on forward this game and trying to expand the lead or take the lead in that matter. Team EnVyUs has been doing an excellent job on that, but now UNILAD, you start to see they're kind of getting that mojo back. They're pushing out their cuts. You're allowing scrap to go make that forward progress on top of the map, but now it's going to be a complete wipe of the UNILAD men. Team EnVyUs push on inside of the hill. Alex, the next player to try to get this one, but the boys in blue, they're holding true.
Chino looking for his next. We're going to be on board with Hook, actually. Now, you see the scoreboard. EnVyUs with a 30-point lead. Got control over Statue. They got control over back Main Street as well. In 10 seconds, this hill is about to move in that direction. So they want to try to get Shiny out of this power position so they can get the spawns for their team. The pinch coming in from EnVyUs. Chino, he gets one, but he falls. Didn't have any. He actually did have some help off the back end. That's going to be Hook. He's going to lose that engagement. So, UNILAD, they're going to hold true to these spawns. And now the spawns coming dockside for Team EnVyUs. Chino trying to push in through gate. AR in hand. He's getting shot from his side from Shiny, though. Straight ahead, decimates in a 2v1. They go down. They actually take out Shiny as well. Team EnVyUs looking to push in, but now we have a 4v4 fight, and Weston strikes first.
Yep, you see Nate's going back. Weston's going to be able to get that first kill. Alex follows that one up as Decimate finds one of his own. The team kill does come in, though, there from Hook, and UNILAD still holding strong over here towards the main street. Chino sticks one player, is going to find the kill there as well. So now it will be Team EnVyUs taking control over here towards the main street, and now the tin warehouse. You can already see Hook is going to be over here 1 versus 1 against Alex. He comes out on top of that one, throws the pre-nade as well. They realize how crucial this is. They know how good UNILAD can hold off of this hill alone. But now it's going to be a 2 versus 1 here. Hook falls. Initial control now going over towards UNILAD here in towards the docks warehouse.
Alex pushing through fire. Looking for the Team EnVyUs members. He's going to finally find one. He takes it out. Hook, he quickly turns around. Takes out Classic as well with the snap. But Decimate responds with a double of his own. Now Scraps is locking down this dock hill by himself. 44 points left in this one. We'll probably have another lead change on this hill. They're also clearing out Train as well. Team EnVyUs spawning back Main Street. They're going to have to wrap around Crane if they want to get into this engagement. But also they're trying to get through barrels because they know that's where the next rotation is going to be. Trying to get that locked in for their team, but they just cannot. Alex was just on fire. Shiny, mid-map, looking to get the pinch, and he's going to fall on that one.
Yeah, I think what's very impressive, too, is just Alex. I mean, we go back to that clip where he just got the kill there on Classic over towards the fire ladder. His map awareness is phenomenal. I mean, it's not just the guy who just kind of picked up this game, got picked up. He was on GGA Purple before, so we know what he's able to do, but just being able to sit there and read players like this top talent that they have on Team EnVyUs is something that you have to appreciate for somebody who's now going to be in pool play, somebody who's going to be going forward into the Pro League. Definitely a shining star for the side of UNILAD. As it stands right now, game so damn close. Hill contested over here towards Barrel. Is this going to be Chino trying to work out a pinch? But now Team EnVyUs, they need to make it a priority, and they have. They forced the players to spawn up from the side of UNILAD. Still one more player up. He finally falls. UNILAD spawning all the way on the other side of the map as Hoop gets aggressive. They're pushing on up. The swagger is back for the boys in blue.
That was a big engagement. So now he has this angle. Anybody who pushes through gate, anybody who pushes through statue, he's just going to have that pinch on him. It's actually worked out as well, making sure EnVyUs can get into the 200s. And now the kill on statue being cleaned up. That's going to be Alex falling the Hook. But this Crane Hill is coming up next, and that's what Team EnVyUs has their eyes on. But most importantly, UNILAD, you know, they just need to make sure that they got a good setup. And yes, they will. They will clear out everybody. They just need to get a body in that hill now.
Yeah, and just like your main goal right here is that you always want to hold the water side. If you're able to dominate the water side, that is where you force the players from the side of Team EnVyUs to spawn right where UNILAD did, up in that top right side of the map. So now this is going to be huge for the players of UNILAD. They need to try to play their lives. They know that the pinch is going to be coming in here from the Team EnVyUs side. Classic Hoop, they find themselves in the kill column, and here comes the players making that long march across the map. Decimate finds 2. They're still forcing them down the middle side. Team EnVyUs, though, they can win off this hill, but they do come up big there with the engagement in towards fire. But Team EnVyUs, they always have a player in a position here to follow up Chino, now the last man inside of Crane, trying to stay alive, finds the kill there. It's Money Chain, baby. 2 kills in a row, and they're trying to shut it down for Team EnVyUs.
Scraps pushing through the back end. He finds one. Shiny with a double. Decimate, last man standing. His teammates are going to spawn close on Main Street, though. UNILAD looking to fight their way back into this game. Decimate, he gets another one as well. He's been playing great all map long, and he's going to find another one. Looking good. 13 points away from Team EnVyUs winning this when the hill will change to a statue. So everybody's focus is going to be mid-map. EnVyUs, another double kill. They're grabbing points. They're 10 points away from winning this series 3-1. And here they go. UNILAD, they get a little split spawn. They need to be patient. Don't got much time to work with. It's all going to be up to Alex. Can he make it in time? He needs to dive through gate, and he falls. And there you go, folks. Team EnVyUs wins this one 3-1.
And I think like just the player of that